how do you manage this typical challenge which every agency and every client faces? While Southeast Asia is a cluster of countries, but Malaysia is very different from Singapore, and so is Indonesia.
True.
Even the sports, or let's say EPL teams, all of them are very different from each other.
Yeah, absolutely.
So are you still able to manage a central relationship for clients across the region from Singapore?
So I think what we are blessed with is Singapore is so beautifully positioned that a lot of our campaigns are regional, but the buyer, the decision maker is sitting here. So I think from a commercial perspective, it helps us. I don't need to go to 10 markets to get the contract. But the challenge, as you rightly said, is in devising the campaign strategy. To me, honestly, I don't even look at it as a market. I look at city base, because Jakarta is very different from Surabaya. Kuala Lumpur is very different from Penang. So I think the approach we take is very city driven or culture driven as opposed to country driven. It is a challenge. Hence, I don't think it's as homogeneous as a US or a China in many ways. So we have to look at each city differently, for sure.
Okay, that's your approach to handling clients. But do you face this from clients and the market that they themselves have started saying, I will work with an agency in Malaysia and a different agency in Indonesia? Have you seen an increase in this trend?
Very much. So I think even larger clients who have global agency on records, they have now, I think for the longest time, they had not opened the doors. And I think we are beneficiaries of that, because a lot of clients now want specialist agencies, to kind of reach out to. So if you look at Unilever, P&G, the largest advertisers and marketers, they've opened the doors saying, here's the business problem, let the best man win. Sometimes commercially you need to go through the bigger agencies, and I think we have done that on many occasions. We don't mind doing it, but I think clients have realized that you need local partners, because without that know-how, or even sometimes not the know-how, even just physical access, makes a lot of difference. Yeah, a lot of difference. So I think in analytics, a lot of larger agencies call upon us to say, and they are getting smarter. They don't want to be the middleman. They say, come sit on the table. Just that let's have an exclusive arrangement, come sit on the table, talk to the client directly, and let's help the client.
Okay. So a couple of examples of both category of people. Can you tell me a brand which is working regionally across and another one which has broken his campaign?
Sure. So if I talk about one of our clients, Nanyang Business School, right? The campaign probably, the marketing campaign reached out to about 18 countries, Western Europe, America, Asia, etc. But everything was managed here by us. They do have some local PR partners in a few markets like India, which are strategic to them, or event partners, but digital was completely managed by us here. Another case that I know of is the Singapore Tourism Board. I think they have a central contract with a very large WPP agency. Of course, there it helps because WPP has bases in many markets, but the relationship is managed by one central agency. But if I look at, let's say, another client of ours, Coffee Bean, we only manage their Singapore, it's a master franchisee business. So ideally, we would have liked to believe that, in every market they have a presence, we could go in. We do have a chance, but our contract is limited to Singapore because in Indonesia, they wanted someone who speaks Bahasa, knows the market better, likewise Philippines.